Two record heroin busts were made recently right here in Central Texas.
According to the Drug Enforcement Agency, higher refined Mexican heroin is becoming more and more of a problem and more available. What does this mean for Austin? Well, Fox 7's Noelle Newton takes a look in tonight's Crime Watch.
Inside one of these apartment units in East Austin was the motherlode of heroin.
It was the largest seizure that I'm aware of in the history of our department.
13.2 pounds, street value of well over $1 million. Austin police made the bust in September.
We were targeting specific information we had on some Austin local gang members from local gang affiliates that were working in conjunction with Mexican drug cartels to distribute heroin specifically.
Officers identified Juan Antonio Segovia and Mitchell Jamison Allen as the main suppliers. Officers say the two were using a unit at the Mission Hill Apartments as a stash house. Sergeant Robert Hawkins says the largest seizure in his tenure as a narcotics officer was 4 pounds. He called the find of 13 pounds massive in comparison.
Information we had from some of the consumers and from some of our sources that it was extremely potent and of a high quality.
The Williamson County Sheriff's Office recently had a record heroin bust of its own. On January 28th, deputies stopped David Mejia Curiel for a defective brake light on I-35. During the traffic stop, deputies say a canine alerted to heroin hidden under the dash. The total weight was 7.1 pounds. Mejia Curiel told deputies he obtained the heroin in Mexico and was en route to Chicago. Back in Austin, heroin was not on the radar.
I mean, that's the first time that's come up.
According to the DEA, higher refined Mexican heroin is in higher demand than in years past, and therefore Mexican cartels are making it more available. According to a spokesperson with the agency, the increase is due to prescription drug abuse and addiction. Opioid-derived prescription drugs are more abused than all others except marijuana. Recent changes in the law have made the prescription drugs harder to get, particularly hydrocodone. Consequently, it's making heroin cheaper and a more available alternative. Just as heroin demand is increasing, so are overdoses. According to the Centers for Disease Control, deaths involving heroin went up 39% from 2012 to 2013, the largest increase of all drug categories. That's 5,927 people in 2012 and 8,260 in 2013. In 2009, 5 people overdosed on heroin in 1 week in Travis County, prompting Austin police to carry out a drug sweep that resulted in the arrests of 8 suspected dealers. Could we see a reoccurrence? Sergeant Hawkins says it's possible.
I've been a police officer for 20 years and don't know we've ever had an absence of heroin overdoses. It's just the nature of the beast. If you indulge in that substance, unfortunately, there's a danger of overdose. You don't know how pure it is. Unless you chemically analyze it prior to ingesting it, there's no way for you to know what the potency level is, and therefore if it goes above your body's threshold to handle it, you're going to go into cardiac arrest and possibly die.
What his officers found in East Austin, he says, was nothing to fool with. Noelle Newton, Fox 7 News Edge.